The foundation for my addiction was there before I ever took a drink or a drug, you know. Low self-esteem, low confidence, poor self-image. And when I started experimenting, like most teenagers do, it was never just for fun or social side of it. It was always blackout, and it just got progressively worse over the years, and it led to a lot of conflict at home and school, being arrested, going to prison. In the prison environment I thrived, and I probably felt more freedom in prison than I did on the outside, because on the outside I wasn't able to deal with normal everyday life. I became homeless really towards the last year or so of my addiction. I was sleeping in garden sheds, I was sleeping on the street, I was going from couch to couch and house to house, and I tried to get sober a lot of times, but I'd never had that aftercare element. The reason I'm sober today, a big part of that is the aftercare I received from Cork Simon. You know, for the first time in years, my basic needs were met and I was safe. I got a job through Cork Simon as well on a C scheme. After my year in the Simon house, in the recovery house in Wilton, and I finished my C scheme in Simon as well, then I was looking to move on to education. The first course I did was a basic computer course through Cork Simon's employment and training program, and I began to think then about education differently, because I had it in my head that education wasn't for me. Then I went on to the College of Commerce, and I did a level 5 course for a year in psychology and social studies, which I loved, and I did really well there. Then I went on to UCC and I did a 3-year bachelor's degree in youth and community work. So once I did the bachelor's degree, I did a master's in criminology. I graduated there this time last year, first class honours. I was delighted when Cork Simon gave me the opportunity to go back working as a staff member. And I remember one of my first days working in Cork Simon, I was in the shelter and I was walking down the landing, and one of the residents, one of the homeless people in there whom I knew from years ago, he looked at me and he says, "Jesus James, I heard you were doing well and all." I says, "I am, I'm working here now," you know. And there's little moments like that where you just, you know, you get gratitude for where you are, and you just think, I'm not too far removed from this. When I finished up working with Cork Simon, I was approached to join the board of directors. It was really an education for me. I didn't really understand what it took to run in a big organisation like Cork Simon. But I don't have to know what the lawyers know, they don't have to know what I know. I have my lived experience, my professional and academic knowledge that the accountants won't have, or the CEO won't have, or the lawyer won't have. Cork Simon has a very close place in my heart. People know Cork Simon is a very well established organisation, very well respected, supports so many people, and I think because homelessness is such a crisis over the last few years, I think only now people are starting to really appreciate the work that's being done.